Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whenever I choose to upload this, and whenever you watch it and see it. This is a video I said I'd record immediately after the last video, so I'm doing this on the same day. But I'll upload this the weekend after the last video, which would be next Saturday or Friday, whenever. But yeah. So, something else that I wanted to share with you that I read and I thought was really significant. It's Matthew. Apologize, I'm not trying to be lazy here and get this all done in one gospel. But it is in Matthew 8. Matthew 8, this after Jesus gets done, here we go. With Matthew 8, 5 through 9, and so this is after Jesus gets done with the Sermon on the Mount, his most popular sermon / speech ever. this is after that. So before I go into our primary text here, I want to just make it be known that Jesus, most of his earthly ministry, he was a healer. He healed people with all kinds of diseases, demon possessed, leprosy, paralysis, skin ailments, skin lesions, seizures, schizophrenia, even people who hear voices. I'm sure. But yeah, he healed all kinds of people of all kinds of diseases. And so, again, before we go into our primary text here, I want to read Matthew 4, 23 through 25. Again, my cough, same day as the last video, so bear with me here. But Matthew 4, 23 through 25 says, Jesus went throughout Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness among the people. News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon-possessed, those having seizures, and the paralyzed. And he healed them. Large crowds from Galilee, the Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and the region across the Jordan followed him. So like I said, he was a healer. And so this definitely got him more fame and attention, and probably more fame and attention that he wanted. More, a bunch of crowds started following him. And so what's interesting is they didn't follow him only for his healing, but for his teaching, because he's a good teacher. They loved him for his words of wisdom and his words of truth. And so, verse 5, verses 1 through 2, it says when he saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. So, they followed him because of his wise words, his truthful words about God and about his kingdom. And so that his attention really sprouted and grew from that. So now this brings us to. That one was our secondary text. Now we're finally to our third and final secondary text on Matthew 7. Matthew 7, 28 through 29. It says, when Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, because he taught as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. And so they were amazed of how wise he was and how godly he was. Again, he was God. So they should take that hint from him. And so they persecuted him. They killed him at the end. But at this time, they just loved his preaching and his healing and his skills and abilities to just draw and bring people to get together like this. So finally, again, I just wanted to bring to your attention here, Jesus is healing, and so again, our prayer text, Matthew 8. This is the faith of the centurion. Now, this is 8:5 through. Let's see. 5 through 9. Yeah, Matthew 8, 5 through 9. And so I'll just read this passage. So, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed and in terrible suffering." Jesus said to him, "I will go and heal him." Then, this is the amazing part. Then the centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed." So, the faith of this guy, and just to be, by the way, a centurion is basically a Roman soldier, a Roman guard. So that's what a centurion is. But this guy had a lot of faith, and I don't know why he thought that he was unworthy for God to be under his roof, under his house. There could have been multiple reasons, but this guy had a lot of faith to do that, because he didn't follow Jesus. He didn't ask Jesus, "Go quickly and heal him." He's crossed the road down there somewhere. He didn't do that. He all he needed was God's word. That's what he needed. He just needed God's word, God's promise that his servant will be healed, and that he was healed. That's a lot of faith. And just to read, and then verse 13, it says, "Then Jesus said to the centurion, 'Go, it will be done just as you believed it would.' And this servant was healed that very hour." So the faith of this guy, all he needed was God's word. He didn't need Jesus to physically go over there and touch the servant with his hands and heal him. He needed just Jesus to physically do that. All he needed was God's supernatural word to go over there and to heal this poor servant. And so, like everything else in the Bible, these words, they pop out of the page. They transcend the page, and they illustrate events in our lives where things happen in our lives where I'll give you three examples. When we're on a plane somewhere, I flew to Denver, to Colorado for my trip. I trusted the pilot with my life, even that he wouldn't crash the plane. That he knew what he was doing. That he would get me there on time and safely, all in one piece. And he did that. Same with the cruise ship. I trusted that the captain of the cruise ship will get me to where my destination, where I need to go, without sinking the ship. And the same even with medicine. I'm still taking medicine for my cough. So last weekend I was sick with the strep, probably 101 fever. I'll take the medicine. I don't see it go in my mouth. Well, I see it go in my mouth. I don't see it go down through my throat and into my stomach and throughout my bloodstream or wherever it goes, whatever it does to get rid of my cough. I don't see that. I don't see into my body where it does that, when it does that, how it does that. I don't see it. But yet I trust that over time it'll heal me. It'll get rid of my cough. So yeah, and yet also I know that it won't automatically heal that instant. It'll heal me over time, over a period of maybe hours, a day even. But yeah, I trust all through these things with my life, with my safety, with my health, with my well-being. So if we trust these things that much, then why don't we trust God just as much, or even more so than these things? Because He is God. if he's God, then he has control in and over our lives. And he knows what he's doing. He's the pilot. He's the captain. He's our medicine. He heals us. He knows what we need. He knows what is best for us. He knows what we want. But sometimes we don't put enough trust and we don't put enough faith into him. And sometimes we don't think that he's doing his job, that he's doing the best he can. But yeah, he is. But we don't have that faith. But if we have the faith of the faith of the centurion, that God's word is true, is trustworthy, then all is good. And again, just to go back on verse 13, when Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, and it'll be done just as you have believed it would," and his servant was healed that very hour. Also brings to my mind that we need to be patient with God. His timing is not our timing. It doesn't say the passage does not say that the servant was healed that very instant when Jesus said, "Go, it's done." It doesn't say that the servant was healed that very millisecond. He could have been healed that very millisecond, but that's not what the text implies here. The text implies that within that hour, within the span of time of an hour. Again, this is this is translation from Greek, so their word for the hour may not mean the same as our word for the hour. But within a certain span of time, that servant was healed. Again, it was instantly, but it was healed nonetheless. So we need to be patient with God, and this I can definitely learn something from this. Right now, I'm not being very patient with God at all. To be honest, I'm not being patient with Him. All around me, people my age are already getting engaged and married and moving in together and starting families, and yet I'm still here in college and still single. Now, why is that, God? Everybody else is getting married and running off, while I'm still here. Why is that? And so, I need to be patient with God, and that His timing is not my timing. That He already has somebody prepared for me. That He is just preparing me, preparing my heart, training me, and preparing their heart and training them. That when we meet each other, we will be ready. And that when we do date, when we do have this relationship, it'll be godly. So, yeah, that's something to think about. Think about how much faith, trust do we actually put God? Do we actually put in God? Do we have a little faith, or do we have as much faith as what the centurion had, which is a lot of faith? Which was something to think about that I thought about a lot. So, and that brings the end to this week / next week's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, share it with your friends, comment down your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe if you're new here. And yeah, that's it. I hope to see y'all soon next weekend, or 2 weekends from now when this is uploaded next weekend. But yeah, hope to see y'all. God bless. See y'all soon. God bless.